Weekly Informed.
Welcome to Weekly Informant. I'm your host, Stefan, flying solo again today. Although I should probably change the name to Monthly Informant, but it'll be at least every other week, if not weekly, from now on. Let's get started. It is about a month's worth of news. So, okay. A couple weeks ago, it was reported Germany wants 89-year-old man sent back for death of hundreds of thousands of Jews at the Holocaust. Former Nazi soldier, where he claimed he was just a guard, that he had nothing to do with any of the crimes against humanity, but a Nazi's a Nazi. FAFSA's under fire for a tweet sent out by one of its employees on his official Twitter account. It was a meme with a photo from Bridesmaids. It says, "Help me, I'm poor." And in the text by the FAFSA, it says, for those who don't know, FAFSA is Federal Student Aid. It says, if this is you, then you better fill out a FAFSA, implying only poor people receive federal student aid. The internet was not happy about that. But I guess whoever wrote that now really is poor. Let's see. A few weeks ago, I'm going to say 2 weeks ago, a crowd was rescued off a monorail at Walt Disney World. There has been a lot of ride failures and accidents at theme parks lately. The crowd was in there, I believe, for 2 hours. They said the heat got up to maybe 90 degrees, but no one was panicking. Fire department rescued them all. Prior the doors open and rescued them all. It was on its way from the Magic Kingdom to the Epcot Center, I believe. Alright, and while on the topic of theme parks, Six Flags roller coaster derails. Doesn't that make you want to hop on a roller coaster? Jeez, doesn't that make you want to go to Six Flags? That's how many access for Six Flags now. 3? 4? I remember I used to be scared to death of roller coasters. I always feared, right when it takes off, the little straps aren't tight enough when it goes upside down, or you can come flying off of it. Even though it had never happened until last year. So now, I won't even touch a roller coaster anymore. At least not at Six Flags. Nor carnivals. Maybe Disney World? If they have any, I don't remember. Yeah, they have some. It's weird talking to yourself. Let's see. The U.S. Patent Office revokes the football team Redskins trademark due to racial insensitivity. Even though they've had it for decades. She's half a century. But yeah. Pope says mafia members are now excommunicated. Again, they've been part of the church for a century. But they're now excommunicated. Opie and Anthony were fired from Sirius XM. For those who don't know about that, I think it was Anthony was apparently assaulted on the streets of New York, and out of anger, he hopped on Twitter and went through a sexist and racial tirade against the woman who happened to be black, and the group of gentlemen that were in the area that came to her rescue and apparently assaulted him. But I mean, he's been known for doing things like that for years. It's just now all of a sudden, people just got fed up with it and they were canned. The whole show was canned, I believe. No, maybe it was just Anthony was canned. But I know they were a major portion of SiriusXM. I know a lot of people pay them the yearly fee for Sirius just for the Opening Anthony channel. Opening Anthony or Howard Stern, but I think there might be more Opening Anthony or just the same amount. What was it? In June in Dallas, a Texas board unwittingly approves reparations for slavery, claiming they didn't receive all the information before they voted. They didn't know what they were voting for. Which was, I wonder if that was true. But I think it was because it was on the major news networks, but that doesn't mean it's true. I've been to Yahoo and CNN where they reported something only for it to come back to be a hoax, and they never reveal it's a hoax. What's his name? Snowden. What's his first name? Snowden. Edward Snowden claims, which most people believe to be true, at the NSA, if the NSA reportedly passes around your nude pics around the office, and they poke fun of it and stuff. I know that was a big issue with MI5 in Europe, but apparently it happens over here with the NSA as well. If you've ever taken a picture on your cell phone, you have it on your computer, NSA most likely has it, and it's probably being passed around the office, just saying. And then show news. Going to start having some guest co-hosts. I think we started this week with Non-Sucky Podcast. We'll probably start with this show in a week or two. So I hopefully won't be doing this alone anymore. So it'll be more entertaining again. Let's move on to... Oh, and by the way, there won't be a gender Q&A this episode. Sorry about that. We'll get that back up and running as soon as possible. Jumping over to health news now. What's it called? There was been a special about hugs and reasons why you need at least 8 hugs a day. Apparently, it is a major producer of Oxytocin. And for those of you who don't know what Oxytocin is, let me read it up to you. Actually, let me read the benefits of hugging first. Number 1, it builds trust and sense of safety. This helps with open and honest communication. Number 2, it boosts oxytocin, which heals feelings of loneliness, isolation, and anger. Well, I guess that pretty much sums it up. But I'll still go into more details about oxytocin after this. Number 3, holding a hug for extended time lifts one's serotonin levels, elevating mood and creating happiness. Number 4, hugs strengthen the immune system. The gentle pressure on the sternum and the emotional charge this creates activates the solar plexus chakra. This stimulates the thymus gland, which regulates and balances the body's production of white blood cells, which keep you healthy and disease-free. Hugging boosts self-esteem. From the time we're born, our family's touch shows us that we're loved and special. The associations of self-worth and tactile sensations from our early years are still embedded in our nervous system as adults. The cuddles we receive from parents while growing up remain imprinted at a cellular level, and hugs remind us of a somatic level of that. Therefore, they connect us to our ability to self-love. By the way, I'm getting this list from mindbodygreen.com. Number 6, hugging relaxes muscles. They release tension in the body. They can take away pain. They soothe aches by increasing circulation into the soft tissues. Number 7, balance out the nervous system. The galvanic skin response to someone receiving and giving a hug shows a change in skin conductance. The effect of moisture and electricity in the skin suggests a more balanced state in the nervous system. Parasympathetic. Number 8, they teach us how to give and receive. This is equal value in receiving and being receptive to warmth as to giving and sharing. They educate us how love flows both ways. Number 9, they're much like meditation and laughter. They teach us to let go and be present in the moment. They encourage us to flow with the energy of life. They get you out of circular thinking patterns and connect you with your heart and your feelings and your breath. And finally, number 10. The energy exchange between people. Hugging is an investment in the relationship. It encourages empathy and understanding. It's synergistic, which means the whole is more than the sum of parts. This synergy is more likely to result in win-win outcomes. And then it also says, Virginia Satire, a respected family therapist, says, we need 4 hugs a day for survival. We need 8 a day for maintenance. We need 12 a day for growth. That is quite a lot. Alright. Oxytocin. Let's see. It plays an important role in neuroanatomy of intimacy, especially in sexual reproduction of both sexes. In particular, during and after childbirth. And it's good for labor, bonding, for feeding mothers, lactation, helps heal anxiety. It's a much, 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 much needed hormone. Today's episode is gonna be kind of short. I'm just aiming for 20 minutes. Only so much you can do alone. Ben and Jerry announced they are renaming Fudge Brownie Ice Cream Food Fight. They're changing all ingredients to GMO free. Yeah. CNN a few weeks ago did a poll to ask people what their definition of heavy drinking is. You would be surprised at the answer. Well, actually, I was surprised at the answer. Maybe some of you are heavy drinkers and don't realize. One person says, I don't know, maybe 25 to 30 drinks. And then they ask a month? No, a week. Like, good night. I would say 5 or 6 drinks a week is heavy drinking. But they have a chart that says if you're a female who drinks 8 or more drinks a week, you're a heavy drinker. If you're a male who drinks 15 or more drinks a week, you're a heavy drinker. Like that, what? Okay, I would say if you're any sex and you drink 8 or more drinks a week, you're probably a heavy drinker. That's not to mention how expensive that is. We're gonna save that for next time. Oh, I have this little article. I titled it, "Why You'll No Longer Want to Touch Anyone's iPad Ever Again." is, for your info, you can now have relations with your iPad. There is a new device just released. When was that? Back in June. That allows people to get a device to attach flashlights to their iPad. In other words, never again will you want to touch anyone's iPad. Yeah. Well, okay, I got one more article for you before I sign off for the week. I'm gonna restructure the show, make it less newsy, more topicy, and more than one person. 10 ways to ensure your best people will quit if you're a manager or a supervisor. 10 ways to guarantee that your best people will quit. Number 10, this is on Reagan.com. Number 10, treat everyone equally. This may sound good, but your employees are not equal. Some are worth more because they produce more results. The key is not to treat them equally, treat them all fairly. I 100% agree with that. If you're busting your butt, giving 110% while the person next to you is only giving 50% and just getting by, yeah, it's nice to get treated the exact same way they do and not be rewarded for your hard work. I know most people don't think about that, but yeah. Number 9, tolerate mediocrity. Yeah, don't tolerate it. Number 8, have dumb rules. Yes. Number 7, don't recognize outstanding performance and contributions. Number 6, don't have any fun at work. Yeah, I mean, people spend a large percentage of their lives at work, and when you make it a non-fun environment, the better employees are going to know they can get a better job, equal or better job elsewhere, and have much more fun at work, and so they'll leave on you. Number 5, don't keep your people informed. Again, wow, I need to print this out and post this. All these at work. Number 4, micromanage. Wow, look, I'm putting this out tonight. Number 3, don't develop an employee retention strategy. Number 2, don't do employee retention interviews. And number 1, make your onboarding program an exercise in tedium. It's all great points. Now, the question is, if you're an employee, how do you present that to your supervisors and managers without getting fired? Alright, next week we will talk about well, it was going to be the last episode, but the next episode, next week or week after, breastfeeding age in the United States versus the world, and the U.S. opinion on it, doing in public versus the rest of the world. We're going to talk about the CIA plan to produce demon dolls of Osama bin Laden. We're going to discuss sextortion on the rise among children. And we'll bring back gender Q&A. Alright. If you have any opinions of how to improve on the show, feel free to email at nonsuckypodcast@gmail.com. Visit us on the website, weeklyinformant.net. Follow us on Facebook. You can do a search for Weekly Informant or Non-Sucky Podcast. And if you like to be a guest co-host, we can send an email with your screen name on Skype or Uvu and make that happen. Alright. Talk to you next time. Peace.